Oh, so today here on Friday, we're on day 5 of this 54-inch water main break. They are repairing, Great Lakes Water Authority is repairing the pipe. The section of pipe came in yesterday, so they're on Beard repairing that pipe. We also have a 6-inch smaller water main break on Rowan that we're repairing as well. We have a few houses that are out of water, 4 houses, but we provided them water bottles until we get their water restored. Now what we're doing today is we started our contractors. We have Premier Group out here. It's a city contractor through the Detroit Water Department. They're going to start cleaning and sanitizing basements. They're going to work on 4 houses today. On Monday or Tuesday, Mayor Duggan and Director Gary Brown, they commit to have basement cleaning contractors in the neighborhood by Monday. We're able to speed that up, and we're starting today with one of our contractors. So General Services Department cleaned out some basements, took out some debris of these 4 houses that this crew will work on today, and they'll clean out the water, sanitize, move any debris that's damaged. And we have contractors starting on Monday that'll begin repairing furnaces, hot water tanks, and appliances, and replacement if need be.
How long does this take per home? We've all seen some of the basements. This, in some homes, is going to be an extensive cleanup.
It's going to be very extensive. The cleaning and sanitizing could take 3 to 4 hours depending on the size of the house and the damage. And then the hot water tank repairs, the furnace repairs, once they do the inspection, it could take a little bit of time to do those. We expect that all the houses will go through in 6 weeks. We have 2 large contracts that we're about to enact, and then 4 smaller contracts that we're going to use for this work to get recovery efforts done in these neighborhoods, or this neighborhood.
How many homes are we talking about here come Monday or Tuesday that you're going to need to get through?
We're going to have to get through about 400 houses starting today. We're starting with 4. Over the next 6 weeks, we'll have to get through 400 houses. Some had little water damage. Several had water damage up to the first floor on Monday. So it will depend on the damage at each house, how long the crews take in each location.
What do you think is the biggest challenge you're facing right now?
The biggest challenge is making sure that we have about 170 households that are staying in hotels that Detroit Water Department, Great Lakes Water Authority are paying for in the interim to keep them safe and in warm accommodations. We're working with other city departments on that, but getting the families back here, making sure they're here and available for the contractors to be in their home, that's our #1 priority. And those families first will get the services of the cleaning and the repair services so we can get them back into the neighborhood, those families that are currently at hotels.
Let's talk about the claims form. We've been talking to some people who said that they didn't know that it existed and that they felt like communication wasn't what it needed to be. Talk to us about that.
That's a very good question. So we have 2 forms that residents who are impacted by the water main break should fill out for this specific Southwest Detroit area. One form is after the pre-inspection, when a building safety inspector comes to your house and does a pre-inspection about the flood damage and checks that out. There's a liability form that has to be completed by the resident, reviewed and signed. That helps both the resident, the homeowner, the property owner, and it helps the water department and the city of Detroit to protect both organizations, because we are using city funds on private properties, so they sign that form. And then there's a second form, either paper or online on the city website. It's called a notice for claim, and that form is very important because that's the form we'll use to provide any financial settlement for the damage that occurs at these houses and with these cars. So that form is very important for households to fill out. The notice of claim on the City of Detroit website for this particular disaster, so that we can have their information and investigate and do the proper due diligence to provide financial assistance where needed.
What would you say to those people who say that they didn't even know this existed? I mean, I've talked to more than one person who said they had no idea that was the process. The communication just isn't there. What What's your response to that?
Well, because this is such a large area, we are canvassing every day. We have volunteers and city employees canvassing and translators going with them. So it's taking some time for us to get to all the houses. There might be a delay in getting to all the houses, so we are finishing that up today and tomorrow to get to all the houses, so we'll make sure that they know about the claim form.
About the liability form, I know that not to be going after the city of Detroit when they sign off on that, but one of the questions came up in the newsroom. If there are damages from the contractors who are doing the work in the homes and what have you, can these homeowners and tenants and what have you, do they have any legal recourse to go after the third party if there are damages, or is everyone exempt when they sign this liability form?
The liability form is to protect the organization and the homeowner. For us being in their property using city funds, they can still file a claim. The homeowner can still file a claim for damages from this flooding and any other damages and seek recourse on that. So it doesn't preclude them from filing any claims after the fact.
Okay, from damages caused by, say, city contractors, crews, etc. That's who I was referring to.
Correct, and any damages caused by specifically by our contractors, we're going to make necessary repairs, and we've hired inspectors that'll work specifically on this disaster that will not be focused on any other project. They'll be here in the neighborhood and they'll inspect all the work and make sure it's done properly.
You know, we've been talking to some nonprofits, some grassroots organizations, and some homeowners who are very frustrated with the lack of communication or the city's response, saying that not enough is being done to help the folks who really need it. What is the city's response to some of those frustrations?
This disaster is very widespread. It's 400 houses. It's almost a square mile. And we're here on day 5, and it's going to take time for us to get all the resources that's needed for this particular disaster. And here today we're starting to clean and sanitize basements. It is going to take time for us to get to all the households and reach them with the claim information, with the inspections, and with the repairs and cleaning and sanitizing.
Can we ask you too, I know that Great Lakes Water Authority is coordinating the repair, but is there any update you can give us on the status of that or how long that might take?
The repair, from our understanding from Great Lakes Water Authority, it will take about 2 weeks still, because they have to test the pipe and inspect it. That's what they're doing right now. That's why they haven't replaced the section that broke. They're going in and inspecting the whole transmission line to make sure it's intact before they replace that section of pipe. And then they have to do some bacterial tests before they put it back in service. So about 2 weeks.
How do you feel it's been going so far on day 5?
I've been with the water department almost 10 years. I feel we've moved faster than any other disaster. Just assembling the resources, having the mayor Duggan taking the lead and be out here within hours of this flooding occurring. He was out here Monday morning. He's been out here several times and assembled resources from the fire department, from city agencies. We've moved quickly, effectively, and it's just going to take time because of the massive impact of this disaster to get to all the houses and get them back into their home safely and with heat and with water, with electricity and with gas.
Do you empathize, though, with people who are really frustrated?
Excuse me. Yeah, we understand the frustration that they got taken from their homes because of the water main break. This is very, very awful situation. We're here to help. We have people on the ground. We have volunteers. If they need any assistance, we have the health department involved. So it's going to take time to get to everybody, but we know the impact that's had on their family and their pets, and we want to make sure to provide any resources that's needed to help make them whole in the end.
Why are they only starting with 4 houses and not maybe 10?
Well, good question. So today we're starting with 4 houses because those are the houses that had the initial debris clean out yesterday. So we started debris clean out in the basements yesterday. These 4 houses were completed. So it takes time to assemble all the crews and get contracts, emergency contracts in place. So that's why today we're starting with 4 houses, but we'll be doing several more on Monday once the other contractors are here in the neighborhood.
They won't be out over the weekend working on it?
This crew from Premier, they will be working over the weekend. the new contractors that are being put in place, emergency contracts, they'll start on Monday.
But then also work through the weekend. Like, is this an around-the-clock operation until we're done?
This is a 24/7 operation. They'll be working 7 days a week, these contractors, as well as the additional ones that will do repairs. And our team at Water Department and other agencies will be working around the clock to make sure that repairs are completed and we get people back in their homes in a timely manner.
For those people that got put in hotels because their houses are uninhabitable, what's the plan for them?
So those that are in hotels, there's about 170 families in hotels as of last night. Those are the priority. Those are people that are displaced from their homes currently. They may be without water service. They may be without heat. So we want to prioritize those people, and especially with children, those are getting prioritized first. And we're doing cleaning, sanitizing, and as well as repairs, furnaces, and hot water tanks.